Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He gets this one to Garcon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A tackle that time by Ahkello Witherspoon. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jeremiah Tauchu coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
McKinnon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Garoppolo on first down. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And he's got room. 20, 10, 5. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teed.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Williams to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run it with McKinnon. There they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2, and it brings up fourth.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing, Mayfield. McKinnon here, it's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
They don't want it, Mother. They don't. Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Whoa. Let's get it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try to force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that? For a twofer. Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Mayfield now on 2nd down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield caught left side to Crabtree. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another good reception there, and the Browns on the march.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. 2nd down, Mayfield. Crabtree with it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Jerry Atauchu brings him down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that, that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that's going to be caught from touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff, running on tackle right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
20! 180! 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Flag!
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. The give is to Bell. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The tackle by Eric Armstead. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And an alley to run. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. 38 yards on the scamper there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. A give to Bell. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Browns on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. Now he's flushed out right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. Check 3. Check 3. I'll send you. Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Garoppolo on the bootleg. Out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now McKinnon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Garoppolo on first down. And this one's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Moncrief brings it in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Watch 36.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Garoppolo looks to throw. It's caught by Moncrief. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Play action. Now Garoppolo. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
4 down. Alert.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. And Gold is able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D.
Now Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Mayfield goes underneath for Bell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
39.
Bell. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set. 319. 319.
Again, it's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
4 down, 4 down. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Screen play. McKinnon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. Flag. 12.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
21.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Garoppolo now. 1st down throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
11.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And this is Moncrief with a catch. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
But it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Hey, we got 4 now.
They give it to him running left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers get a score closer. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
Watch tight. Tight is right.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. And he's got it. And he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for two is going to come up empty. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Green 39.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Strong right.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. This is Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
11.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball. And
the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
12. White.
One final try now for Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
to not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Browns, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.